Why is it every time I try to record, there's always some fuss, like the sun trying to burn my retina out through the window? Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect, where in the previous episode we got most of cell block or sub-cell block A, or whatever you would like to call this thing, pretty much fit for human habitation, apart from the fact that the shower isn't completed and there's no flooring and the kitchen is very sparse. But apart from all of those little minor niggles, and there's no infirmary or doors. Apart from all of those tiny things, were pretty much sorted. So in this episode I want to finish that off, so obviously build the shower, upgrade the holding cell, get solitary done, things like that. We'll then work on probably patrols and staffing the thing. We also need to finish off or at least plan and then finish off protective custody down here. So yeah, let's just crack on. Oh, first things first though, a couple of questions from the comments. So first thing from Lucy, yes, it does sound like he's been manipulative and you should probably leave him. Miguel, yes, if it keeps burning, you should probably go to the doctor. And Antoine has asked where the morgue is going to be because I did remove it from here. Now, I didn't point this out, but I did remove it from here. Originally, it was near the kitchen, but I've decided to decentralize it and put it around here. Because having an infirmary close is very good, but the morgue you can quite happily have anywhere, so we'll probably be using that building there. So let's just go to planning and walls. And we want to run a wall just across there and across from here. This is going to be where we're going to have the protective custody cells. Now, they are going to be of a certain size. I was going to say yet to be determined, but that seems to be about right. There we go. And we should be able to fit another two in. It's going to be that. Okay? And then this one will be a cell. We could have a larger cell. I don't think we can have anything... we could do that. That is a possibility. And in fact, if we really wanted to, we can just expand that along like so. And that gives us the exact same size. And because we've only got that single door, I think that's exactly what we will do. Right, that's planned off. This is not ideal. I acknowledge this immediately to say this is definitely not ideal. However, it's just what we're going to have to deal with. It's just the limitations of the design and my lack of forward planning that I totally forgot about protective custody. The morgue, as I said, will probably be in here or some extra area. Now, I could, if I wanted to, get rid of this or move this, but I don't think we're going to bother. Although there has been some request to redesign this. So instead of having this as a large storage area, we could easily, if we wanted to, expand along from there. Same thing here. And then do this. Okay, so we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 protective custody, which is accessed from there. We then expand this down and then along. So we have a single corridor, and then you can see we have like an easier walkway, and we've still got the entrances into the different areas. Although we probably wouldn't do that, we'd probably just do that. You know what? I'm going to implement that change. Let's dismantle that. I mean, you don't know until you know. And it's worked. Right, let me cancel that because I don't want them to crack on. But I do want them to demolish them walls. Like so. And then what we'll do is we will get rid of those walls and we'll put a foundation here. Alright, so let's just keep building that. And, oh, those are fine. That needs to be gone. Those need to be put in like that into there, but I won't build any further because we do need to put a little bit of foundation in, which is going to look really, really dodgy, although it should, I stress should, automatically calculate the walls and such. So let's see if any of that is actually going to happen. It does look like they're placing the walls. It does look like the ground is being placed, and yes, that has actually worked. I'm still a little bit, quite frankly, a little bit hesitant to do things like that because back in the day, like many years ago, when I was a wee nipper, it was a case of don't try and do stuff like that because the game would just break. But it seems to be fairly robust these days. Who would have thought after 5 years of development that would have happened? Right, so here's the thing. We have deliveries here, and I currently have to come around this way. I did have an entranceway there, which gives them easy access, but as people point out, it is a security risk, and I acknowledge that, so I'm not going to put something there. What I am going to do is go to rooms and get rid of all of that room because it is not necessary. I will go to the walls and I'll get there eventually. There we are. And place a wall across there, wall across here, and then obviously we'll do all of these cells. So what I'll probably do first is make one of each, and then I know that we can just copy them. I'm not going to build them all because, quite frankly, it's not necessary. We just need to build probably 4, I think, for the time being. 4 will probably do it. So yeah, we do have, as you can see, security procedure certification, which is on the top left there. Hire 10 guards, unlock patrols through bureaucracy, and then assign 3 guards to patrol routes, which we are going to get, well, very, very shortly. In fact, we can do that now if we wanted to. I do need to get some electrical cables in here, and we'll run them across to about there, and that should hopefully finish that off. So each of these is going to be cells, but obviously they are, before anything else, going to be protective custody only, which I can't do because we need to have a wall and doors and such. So let's do that, and then I'll do that, and then I'll designate those as cells, like so, 1 and then 2. And then that should be now okay for us to designate as protective custody, which it is. Excellent. The whole thing's protective custody. So we need to put things in here now. Because this is protective custody, we need to have ideally this a bit bigger, but I'm thinking with the size of these 3, this is probably the minimum amount we're going to need. So we might end up changing and expanding as always, but we'll see. So we'll go to objects and put the beds in. So we'll put the beds in right next door like so. In the corner, we're going to put a drain and a toilet. Actually, what I should probably do is go ahead and make sure we put both of these in at the same time. There we go. And then we'll have a shower head. And then we need, well, we need anything really that will be used to increase the grading of the cell. Not that that really matters. Not that it really matters because of just how this functions. Because if you're in protective custody, you stay there and they very rarely boot off anywhere. So we could have a bookshelf and a radio. That's a television. That's not a radio. What else do we need for grading wise? Let's have a quick look at, I believe it's in logistics and room quality. So we need, it's at least size 6. Sadly, it's only, if it was 1 square larger, it would be a bit better. But I'm just thinking of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 is probably not enough for what we've got. So we're just going to have to make do. We're going to have a bookshelf in each one, and we'll put the bookshelf like that. And then we'll put the radio like that. And that should still function okay. It looks a bit cramped, and that's because it is quite cramped, but it should still be fine. So what we'll do is we'll run a water pipe all the way along like so, and then we'll connect it up there. And if it connects up to this one, we know that that's fine, that it'll reach there. If it doesn't, we'll just probably increase this large pipe up to there or something like that. The reason this one's running, by the way, is because we finally have sprinklers here, and people have asked about putting sprinklers in the kitchen. Yep, we will do that. A, if I remember, B, once we expand the kitchen, which we'll probably be doing soon anyway. So, there are no canteens accessible by the cell. Prisoners in the cell have nowhere to eat. Well, we know. But what will happen is one of these will be assigned to, or it should have been assigned to fulfill that need. Looks like it has not. What we might do then is we've got many rooms around here. We've got this room, which is our, originally it was security, I think, then dogs, and then this, which was armory. What I'll do is I'll move this up by 1, have an entrance there, and this will be a kitchen, which will feed not only the, or it'll feed into the staff canteen as well as that. And I might as well implement that now. How much we've got? 26 grand. We have more than enough to finish this off. So let's do this and this, because I'm going to need those. I'll need to go to objects, dismantle object, and get rid of that. Now, hopefully, you can see the staff coming in there that are on break. Hopefully, it won't get rid of all the food on there. No, but they do still hover, so that's an advantage. So we'll go for a serving table, which will be moved up there, and then we'll have a... I mean, we could have a staff door. Do we really need a staff door by this point? Well, we might as well. We might as well. Obviously, all of this should be staff only, which it is apart from that bit because it did go outside for a moment. That can be now staff only. None of this needs to be staff only, and then there's that. Fine. Right, okay. So, we have that in there. Let's go for a kitchen. And obviously, this will be very, very basic. So, 1, 2. Fridge. Hang on. Sink there. We can probably put a couple of cookers in, but I'll just put them like that, and then fridge. There we are. And then we'll have to connect them up with power. So we'll run across, along, and down. And there we go. Right, that should be that done. Speaking of power, we are, close to running out. I should probably get some capacitors in there then. Let's just fill them up. There we are. And in terms of money, though, that's a problem. 12 grand. We're going to have to really finish this off quickly, aren't we? That kitchen now, then, if I got staff, should be about right. So, that's still not being fed by anyone, but if I go to intelligence... look at all the stuff that could be nicked from there. Logistics, rather. Laundry, food distribution. That's going to feed there. That's fine. I'd also want it to feed there. And there. And there. Oh! Ah, you can. Yeah, I was going to say, you can set it like that. No canteens accessible for the cell. Well, there should be that, so they don't have to be accessible. So that's fine. Right. So we need to assign 3 guards to patrol routes and get 10 guards. That'll give us 10 grand. We need to... If we get that, we'll then be able to get another grant. Manufacturing facility, no, we're not having one. I believe there's been questions on that. We're not having one. At least not in this original plan. If we do go elsewhere, then that might change. So, today's beverage is a nice cup of tea. I think we'll assign some patrol routes then. So we'll go to guard patrols. And it is very difficult to see, but I'm going to assign a patrol route up and down here. And that's one of these cell rows. We will do something similar in the canteen, like so. And then finally... we will have probably one in and around the yard, which is sort of redundant because by default you do get the patrols around here, so there we are. Anyway, so staff, guards, and there's that grant done. So, we now have 17 grand, but we are losing 2,000 a day, which is, yeah, not good. So, governmental security ratings, we get a total of 15 grand advance payment with another 15 on completion. So, upon completion, we gain 15, but we need dog handlers and armed guards, which we don't yet have. And I'm not going to place just yet either. So, the shower, that needs to be fixed. So, I'm going to place a shower head underneath all of the shower... sorry, I'm going to place a drain underneath all the shower heads. There we go. And I'm not going to put them in the centre because I honestly think we've got enough. Instead, I'm probably going to put benches. But let's see. Let's just see how we get on here. So there's all that placed. Benches are 4. So we could just put them like that. And then there's all of our benches in. Or we could have some gap. So we could have, say, 4. And 4, 4, and 4. That's better because then there's more walk areas. And go past. I mean, they can always go under it anyway. That's fine. I'm going to go over to staff and get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4 staff members, and that'll reduce our outgoings. Now that we've built this, I don't really need as many staff as we had, so that's fine. We have no patrols around here, but that's not a big problem. Not yet, anyway. We do need to set certain areas as staff only, but we can only do that once we have the doors on it. So we will go ahead and place those doors. So we'll have a door there, and it's going to be a... We don't actually need a door there, do we, at all? I don't think we do. I think we can just brick that up, quite frankly. We'll have certain doors on these rooms here. These are all going to be rooms that are accessible by staff. Oh, they've already got the ones in there. So that's fine. And we'll have a large jail door here and here. Now, what I haven't planned off is the metal detectors. And that's a big problem because stuff can be taken from here and then you know, brought to the cells for digging. The issue we have is that normally people will be leaving their cell blocks, going through multiple metal detectors and such, back and forward between the canteen and the cells. Whereas this, it's all in one. So we have to decide, do we want to put a metal detector here, either side, or do put them here? And the reason we put them here is because eventually they have to go back to their cells. Okay? So if we have metal detectors here and here, that's 4 metal detectors already. That's $4,000. They can still steal stuff from the laundry. They can still steal stuff, or rather get stuff smuggled in from visitation, plus anything else. So I reckon here is the best area, because they always have to go through that. That's my initial thoughts. Don't know whether we'll implement that, but that's the idea. So it's on max speed. We are waiting for the workers to place all of this in the yard, which is currently not designated as such. We will have to have some weights benches, or rather we want to have weights benches. Let's go ahead and start placing things around here. So we want things like a classroom. We want a... we don't want a library yet. We want a shop that goes there. We want a chapel that goes in this corner. I want a parole that goes here. And then this room currently has no purpose. It could be the mailroom. It could be the mailroom. However, I am of the opinion that we could have it elsewhere. If we put it there, it is indoors. If we go to the logistics tab and prison labour, it's not assigned. Hang on, that's interesting. Why is that changed? Huh. That was weird. Why is that all marked out like that? I don't know. Anyway, I might have that as mailroom. I might move it up here. I haven't yet decided. So we'll go for things like parole. So that can go in there. For the shop, quite an easy one. Shop front, like so. You need tables and shop shelves. So there's your shelves across there. And 2 tables. That's fine. Classroom, we need an office desk. It can go on the back there. And then you need your school desks. 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's a problem. We could do there and there. So it'll be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. But then we're missing out that. It's not going to be maxed regardless of what we do. So let's just put them in like so. There we are. And that should be all of those rooms done. I think so. I think so. It's just really waiting for that to be completed. So, in the meantime, what do we have to do? Well, we've got our policy to look at. You can see we've got a lot of lockdown and a lot of solitary here. Currently haven't got solitary, but we will have solitary. Parole cut-off is 33%. We're going to reduce that down to, say, 20%. We will check our regime out. You can see it's all over the place. So let's alter this. So we're putting free time up until 5. Allow a shower time there. 2 hours of free. Oh, sorry, an hour of free, maybe. Then 2 hours of eat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have a lockup there. So that's our, I believe, default option. Oh, we haven't got any... I missed out on eat time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, yes, sorry, I put too much work/free time in there. So there we go. There's our default plan there for that one. In terms of intake, obviously it's going to be the med sec that we get. For needs, we're just going to check staff needs. There is some recreation need there that's high. But I think we've got we've got radios and stuff in there, so... Yeah, and that is being taken care of if you see the recreation need, but not very fast. So what I'll do is I'll put something in here that they can use, like an arcade machine. Even though it's a lot of money, it does provide very good fulfillment of recreational needs. So we'll put 2 arcade machines there. I didn't really want to place them because they just make constant noise. But anyway, I think we'll manage to... I think we'll live. There we go. So there's the water pipes in there. Obviously no water pipe has been placed in these areas, so we'll go ahead and do just that. Like so. And this one will connect to there. There's no, like, clean water, grey water, whatever you want to call it, for, like, wastewater and clean water. It's just water's water. So that they're connecting there, that just works fine. So that's okay. We've got a bit of an overspill when it comes to lights. When we come to light different areas, we'll use some of those up. In fact, we do need some lights in here, so I will light those up. There is some placed in there, as you can see. I'm not too bothered. I'll just place them across here. We have this that's not lit up, which is a problem. So I will run an electrical cable in. It's probably best if I just run it down like that, and then that'll connect up to everything. So we've got common room, we've got laundry, or Audrey. We got parole, we got the chapel, which isn't finished, so we will get that. There was a ding-a-ling noise there, and that's... Oh, yes, build 20 school desks. Well, we can't. We might build them just for the grand completion, but we're not going to have them. Or rather, the classroom will be in here as well, so we'll get it that way. We'll do the chapel. So the chapel needs an altar at the far end, which we'll have. Pews, we can't double pew it like that, so instead what we'll do is have the pews probably off to this to one side, and then we'll have the prayer mats on the other. So which is the correct way? That is, I believe, the correct way, and we'll just run the pews like so. And then the prayer mats, that's not a prayer mat. The prayer mats can go all the way along here, like so. Okay. For that room, yeah, I think that is completed. That's done. As I said, this room here currently doesn't have much of a purpose, apart from just being in existence. It's just a case of we've got some overflow to put things in there if we need be. It's probably going to be the mail room, so actually library, perhaps. We'll see. We'll see. So this is going to be a security room. It currently isn't anything, so we do need to resolve that. I'm going to, before doing anything else, is lock open these 2 rooms. Like so. We're going to put a large jail door on there, and that is like the main access to this place. We're not going to put anything here and here. Actually, we'll probably do that. We'll probably put on the yard, and then we'll lock those open. It just gives us a little bit extra security if we need to. For solitary, we will go and designate these rooms as such, even though they currently don't have any doors on them, but we will resolve that by putting a solitary door on there, and then go for 1, 2, 3, 4 solitary doors. In fact, yes, that should be fine. See, I normally have the solitary built oversized in the beginning, as in we have more than you'd think we'd need, because when you get the first batch of prisoners, often they have tools on them and such, and that might send them to solitary. It's currently not surrounded by walls and doors, which is interesting. What if I'd remove that? Will it now fix it? It does fix it, so there we go. I thought placing those would do that, and it really didn't. So I'm just going to lock open these doors. So lock open and lock open. This one will be not locked open at all. We do need metal detectors, so we'll go down to here, and we'll have, how is our power grid? It should be fine. It is fine. It's more than fine. And we'll have metal detectors. And we're going to place them there, and then that should be all connected up anyway. Yes, it is. So that means that I believe this is almost ready to go. The only thing we need really is to hire some more kitchen staff. We do need some more fridges and freezers. Actually, we'll resolve that now. So 1, 2, 3 lumps, and then we'll say that's the wrong thing. Sink will go 1 and then 2. And that's enough for the prisoners that we're going to get in the short term. And there's those connected up like so. So that should be done there. This is done. All of these are present and correct. The shower's done. These are sorted. Cells are getting fulfilled there. We don't have any grading yet, but we don't need it. Yeah, I think we're about there. So next episode, what I'm going to do... Oh, actually, also, walkways. We will put a walkway all the way up to the main cell entrance. And the reason for that is they need to traverse that. I want to get them past quite quick. But once they're there, that's it. They will stay there. They will not come out of it. So if I go over to our, where is it, deployment and staff only, we can set the entire outside to staff only. And mid-sec, the whole thing is medium. And it will not, they will not have access to any of that outside, so that's fine. In fact, what we'll do is we'll say staff only that one, and not that one actually, not that one, because that's where we'll be interrogating some prisoners. Interrogating, I mean talking to them about where their friends have hidden the stuff and things. So there's that fine. That's kitchen, which I will now get rid of, but that is our actually no, I've done that the wrong way around, haven't I? Yes, dismantle and dismantle. What you do to protect the kitchen in case it kicks off, is you have it so you have a staff door on the inside. That's not where we want to place it. Staff door on the inside and a large one on the outside. So that is a kitchen. You do it like that because this one can be traversed by the cooks. This one we lock open, okay? If it kicks off, you just lock that shut, and anyone trapped in here, they're going to fight through the staff door, but there won't be many of them, hopefully, and it means you've got a little bit of time. If you put it the other way around, then they're already past the... Hang on, no. Was I correct in the first instance? I was correct in the first instance, you idiot. Yeah, you do want the other way around, yes, that's right. Yeah, you want the staff door there because the cooks can always traverse that. They can always go through it. Whereas the other one, you lock open. I did have it the right way around the first time. What a moron. Right. Yeah, it means that they can bash on this door, and as they're bashing on that door, you can just quickly lock this shut. But we're locking it open for now. Right, we're going to call it there. Next episode, we will go ahead, and I think we will get this done. Governmental security rating gives us 15 grand, and then we'll get them prisoners. So, yeah, hopefully looking forward to that one. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.